Let's get into the overtime specifically, because that kind of got glossed over, how dominant the Warriors were in the overtime. It was almost a foregone conclusion. From the Cavaliers' point of view, do you think it was more of a mental thing, the deflating way the game ended, or did the Warriors just execute better in the OT?
You know what, Matt? I think both, and I think it was a great question to bring up. Everybody's talking about all the controversial plays in the four quarters, but we had an overtime. It was all tied up on both sides. You had a fresh start for the Cavs and also the Warriors, and you said it best. I thought the Warriors played extremely well, and then I thought the Cavs had no rhythm. It was a hangover, I think, from what happened at the end of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Smitty and Matt. I know the Cavs players will never say it, but it's hard not for you not to have a hangover going in the overtime. And where the Warriors say, you know what, they left the window of opportunity. Let's get back in the overdrive. Let's get our defense kicked back in. And obviously, when the ball starts hopping for the Warriors, they started finding wide open shots. And of course, when they knock down threes, those are the daggers to get their crowd involved. And let's face it. Orca was kind of quiet throughout the game until Steph in overtime. They started knocking down threes, and then they got into the ball game.
LeBron, for all his brilliance, was 0 of 4 in the extra period. Draymond Green, you're going to get a lot of stuff out of Draymond over the course of a game. Got a lot of good stuff in the overtime.
Yes, you did. You got the rebound, you got the tenacious defense, and understanding that when he's on the floor, he's going to make the right plays. And Smitty, you know him very well. They leave him open all playoffs long, and Matt, you know the percentages aren't normally well, but Draymond makes the timely three, and that's why I say this deep into the playoffs, Smitty, I like to throw the percentages out the window because he was missing those three-point shots all game long, and then he found them to make the right one. He makes the right pass. So all those things for Draymond Green, he did in the overtime at a high level.
And he essentially said the same thing after game one as well, that when the moment is bigger, it's kind of like Shaq with his free throws, right?
Good call. Good call.
Same theory. I don't know if the numbers actually work out that way, but that's what Draymond said.
You know, man, I think also his style of play, you know, he's aggressive. He's in your face. But I think obviously he doesn't change even in crunch time. So say if he's always holding and touch you and he's fouling or not, he's aggressive, and say you get a steal at the perfect time, referees, I hate to say it, they referee how you play the game, and he plays the game the exact same way from start to finish.
You know, I hear from time to time that some people in the game don't believe in momentum. I do believe in momentum.
I agree.
Because I feel like I see it all the time, and that overtime is the perfect example of it to me. The Cavaliers, whatever momentum they had, came to a grinding, crushing halt, and the Warriors are suddenly playing with house money there.
You know what, Matt, and then take it a step further. I totally agree with your momentum, and you can see teams like the Cavs, I thought it was a little deflated, and then also other teams, they can see that, and they try to win the game. On the other hand, the Steph and the Clay and Durant, they go for the grand slam, the home run. There's times where I would say, why would Steph shoot that three? Time, score, you were taught. You're up 2. You could have laid it up. You could have drove it, got fouled. I mean, he'll pull up and hit that 3. Now it's 5. Then you make another bonehead play on the other end, and you come back down. He takes another 3. Now it's 8, and then the game is over. You're talking about an overtime game.
And understanding, Matt, that there's 3 guys on the floor at any given time that could get hot. And that's why Draymond is so big in the overtime, because now he becomes a facilitator. Now Steph and Clay can run all over the place. And people say, how does it happen? Well, when it's in jailbreak time, you know 3 guys can run the three-point line. And as long as you find one of them, good things happen.
One thing about Steph Curry and shot selection is I've learned it just doesn't apply to his game.
Apply to
the regular shot selection rules that I gave up on
in my
those
mind,
like 4 years ago.
Bad shot, and I said, good shot, Steph, good shot, good shot.